What's up, everybody? We're back on another Saturday, about to get ready, get moving, get the show started. Let's see who was in the chat today. Who was first? Eric Emery. Been a while. Yes, nice to have you back. Acid Bat's here. Itzy's here. Itzy says it's almost 303 day. 303 days coming up. Too bad it wasn't the third today. That would have been perfect. We could have rocked the 303s. It's the day before 303 day. It's 303 day eve. Metaphase is here. Metaphase has got some stories. We're going to talk about that, I think. What's up, man? Josh Holiday is back. Emmett J. Henri de Carvalho. Bonsoir. That's right, Metaphase, it's 343 day. And I'm here. You can see me hanging out in the 343 studio with my 343 sweatshirt. I got my camera on over there. What's up, everybody? All right. You know what? Let's bring it on in. Welcome, everybody. John Selway here again. Selway Techno Saturdays. We're live, 343 TV, Music Production School. And I'm here in the studio. We got the classes going on next door. I can hear them. The bass is thumping, usually, always. We got Kevin McHugh in the other room doing a mixing class. And yeah, things have been crazy around here. It's been really busy with all our classes going on and our one simultaneously overlapping 1-year program courses going on. Lots of talented people hanging out here. We had a master class last night. It's just mayhem. So actually, Max Wild, our fearless leader here, was here from Berlin, checking on things. We're growing. We've got a new space we're working on. Like, it's really, everything's looking up. And I've been running ragged. I have to be honest. I've been working a lot lately, but I'm feeling good about it. So still always look forward to coming on Saturdays and hanging out with everybody and making music, and whether it's techno or electro or whatever it is. You know, a couple weeks back we had Lenny D on the show for that hardcore and hard techno feedback session, which was wild. It turns out Lenny actually reached out to some of those guys to do release. There's going to be a various artists EP coming out of that feedback session. So that was amazing, right? We're going to have to do that again sometime. A lot of you guys watching the show are making really great music, and I really appreciate all the involvement. And if you want to get in on this feedback session thing when we do it, make sure you check the links below and join our Discord. Right, we got the Selway feedback channel in there. If you want to, just anytime join the community, submit work that tracks that you're working on, and get some feedback. But then every now and then, we have these feedback sessions that are live, and I have guests coming in to help me listen, to go through your stuff and give you constructive criticism and help you be better producers. So anyway, as always, if you want to know more about what 343 Labs is doing, with our 1-year program, with all our all our courses all around. I do the Making Techno online course, and yes, if we are going to add a Making Electro course as well. As soon as we get done with all this other stuff we're doing right now, so you know where to look. And anyway, enough due diligence. Let's get into it. Let's bring on my guest for today, who I'm really happy to have on. I've been playing this guy's music since he started, since I started. He's a really great producer. And I don't know, everybody give it up for Angel Alanis. What's up?
Hi.
Hi.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, sure.
It's a pleasure, man. That was really surprising, but thank you.
Surprising?
Yeah.
You were like this kind of low-key, sort of humble guy, right? You're not out there like pushing your face on social media or anything. You're just there doing your job.
Trying to, yeah.
Totally, yeah. So
amazing. I mean, I've always followed your stuff. You've always been you're a way better producer than I am, 100%.
Oh, come on.
Oh yeah. I think so. You saw how I produce. I just kind of fly through stuff, and a lot of people are like, you do synthesis? Like, yeah, on a synthesizer, but not in the computer. So I am lazy occasionally.
You are lazy occasionally?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I already, most producers are better than me just because they're not as lazy as I am.
But the stuff comes out good. Come on, give yourself some credit.
Yeah.
Because, all right, when did you put your first release out?
My first release was on Contact.
Contact. That's right. That was the double pack. I think we were talking about that a little bit earlier. Yeah. All right. So since 1996, I remember I was still working at Satellite Records back then, and I was not the only buyer, but I would go to like Watts Distribution, and I would order record. Also, what was the big distributor in Chicago at that time?
I mean, we had Dust Tracks, but that was later, right?
Right. Yeah, that was a little later, but
I don't remember actually. I really don't.
I know, but anyway, most of the time I was
distributor there.
I think so. I mean, well, and then there's all like it was Dance Mania and all that stuff, and Tracks, but that's a whole nother story. I think we don't need to get into Tracks right now, but yeah, most of the time I was going out to like Watts Distribution, and there were a couple other distributors, and I would always be looking for the underground Chicago stuff along with the Detroit stuff, and for me that always kind of went hand in hand. Like this kind of there's house music from Chicago and acid, and techno from Chicago, and there was always cross pollination. Like Detroit gets props for techno, but Chicago's a big important part of the story, obviously, right?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, I grew up listening to a lot of house music on the radio when I was a teenager, and I never thought I was going to be a DJ, but a lot of influence from the radio, like Bad Boy Bill, House 5, that kind of thing. And
right.
That's been there for quite a while. So
cool.
Yeah.
So we were, we've been chatting a little bit this week. We went through the whole like remote tech setup to get the stream going, and finally got it going last night, right? Yeah, no, it's a lot doing this, like getting the audio set up and making sure that the video quality is good. So I think we got there. Hopefully everybody out there, let me know how it sounds, how the stream looks. Let me know, because I have to admit we've had some network issues here at 343, and there have been some times where like the stream was choppy, but I think we're good. So just let us know in the chat if we're looking good and sounding good. Anyway, speaking of sounding good. Let's listen. I want to listen to some of your music because some of the viewers out there might not be familiar with you. Although I see there are some people in here that are very familiar with you. The Metaphase is actually talking about a party back in 2000 that he did, and with you, and with me, and with the Holy Ghost as a headliner. And okay, we're gonna be honest with you, Metaphase. We're kind of blanking on the situation, but those days are a big blur for us. But we believe you. It really happened. No, I know. I definitely played at all sorts of parties in the Midwest, Detroit and Chicago and elsewhere. So I don't know. Tell us some more stories, Metaphase. Tell us some more stories about the party, and maybe we'll put two and two together between us. We'll figure it out. But awesome. But anyway, back to the music. What should we listen to? We should listen to some of your old stuff. I was trying to think of like some of the classic tracks that I remember playing back in the day of yours, and I know for sure I got that record on Contact. Let's see if I can find it.
You want to hear a story behind that?
Sure,
Contact? At the time, I just had a little studio, and it was like an Orbit you remember that? EMU Orbit and an MPC and a couple little synthesizers and whatnot. And I had a shoebox full of DATs and music, and I was friends with Joe Hyperactive. Kind of, we just knew him, and I hit him up like, "Hey, I have a shoebox full of music for you." Yeah,
there it is.
And he was like completely blown away. Like, what? Yeah, like, all right. He took the whole thing and just picked out a bunch of tracks out of everything. This is the first release.
Nice. Very, very Chicago to my ears for that era.
Yeah. And I think at that time I was influenced a lot by like Surgeon, and those, like Hyperactive.
Well, they were influenced by you guys. Definitely cross influence.
I wouldn't say
going
me,
back and forth.
but yeah,
but Chicago techno.
Yeah.
And also people like Neil Landstrom were definitely into this stuff too.
Oh yeah, I love Neil.
Luminous Clouds calling out a release of yours. Angel Alanis and Reese Urban, Bastard Tracks on Trésor.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, very Jackie Chicago. I was surprised they picked it up.
Whoever did this vinyl rip, like, forgot about the bass, apparently. It's like, where's the low end?
Yeah, it wasn't mastered very
Well,
well.
back in the 90s, I think we were all figuring things out, right?
Yeah.
Like, everybody was figuring things out. But
I recorded this one. It was the first try recording it. It was just recorded on the DAT. Boom, that was it.
Right.
On the Mackie 1604.
Same. Everybody did that, right?
Yeah.
Wait, I'm going to stop that for a second. Let's find another one.
Okay.
See if this one sounds a little fuller. Oh, yeah, that's better.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good groove, man.
This is Uncontaminated, I believe. No.
It's a Techno is.
It's on the same record. Yeah, it's on the same record.
You don't even remember.
No, I don't. I don't remember.
I might have to look up this one on Trésor. When was that from? Bastard Tracks.
When did that come out? Around 2000, actually.
Okay, a little later on.
Yeah.
Let's move in a little bit.
Yeah, we had two records on Trésor. We had a double pack and the single you just mentioned. I think the double pack was called. What was that called?
He's reaching. He's trying.
I'm not gonna do that.
We can just look it all up on Discogs. Don't worry. You don't have to remember.
Yeah.
I like this one. It's really driving. It's like pushing forward.
Yeah, I think I had a little distortion pedal too at the time. I still have it here. It's got a little EQ on it, a boss rolling.
So the whole track is you playing with the EQ on the distortion?
Yeah, it wasn't even me filtering anything. It's just changing the the EQ on it. It sounds like a filter.
Yeah, sounds good.
I think I saw Kink do that with an EQ, made it sound like a filter, and I was like, that's cool.
Man, that guy is unstoppable.
Oh my god, yeah, he's insane. I watched him, I'm just like, what? He is pretty amazing. I love him to death. He's fun to watch. Like, I saw him at Movement. We saw him at Movement. He was out in the crowd, and it sounded really good. I was happy to catch him there.
This track's good. I'm gonna have to dig this one out. Is this stuff available digitally?
I don't think so.
But you have it still, I hope.
The masters, maybe. Yeah, the DATs. I still have the DATs somewhere.
Just put them on Bandcamp.
I should.
Joe won't care.
He might. I don't think he would. No.
No. Like, did you sign a eternal, all rights to all formats forever contract with him?
Well, it wasn't through him. It was Strictly Hype.
Oh, Strictly Hype, right?
Yeah, and they were the ones that.
But I bet you your deal didn't include digital formats because it was pre that all that.
At that time, no, I know.
Are they even around anymore?
They've been putting out a lot of my old stuff.
All right, so they are.
Somebody's
doing. So they still they're on the radar. Okay, I see.
They're on the radar. Yeah.
That's cool.
If you go to my Beatport page, a bunch of underground construction stuff pops up now. I'm like, who's doing this?
Underground construction. Actually, who was? Someone was mentioning that. I can't find the chat now. Anyway, all good. So yeah, we're going back into the day, the 90s stuff, and that's where definitely I picked up on your sound and I was playing it, And then you hooked up with Christian Smith at a certain point, right? You guys did some tracks together.
In LA, yeah, he came.
You were
to the
living in
house.
LA then, right?
Yeah, at the time, yeah, and we'd. It's a weird name, Kings of Punani.
Oh, that one. That was like an edit thing, right?
Yeah, we did some. We sampled some old house tracks, and it was kind of a bootleg.
It was definitely a bootleg. No, he had me do some short edits on that before.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
but uncredited. I just take a little couple bars here and there.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I was the guy doing the digital editing thing.
Yeah.
So.
Would you use SoundForge at the time?
Oh, I don't remember. Probably. Yeah, I think it was because I was still definitely on a PC.
Yeah.
I'm looking for where's the record you guys did? Jeez.
I think we sampled Fantasy Girl and what else? The other one
I'm looking. You also did a record under your own names together.
Did we? I think we did.
Yeah, you did. This one. This is more like the kind of rolling tronic sound.
Yeah.
Like,
kind of a tribally.
Right.
Yeah.
This kind of stuff's come like this. The hard groove and the tribal kind of techno is really back now, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I don't know how I feel about that.
Really? Why?
I don't know. I mean, I'm leaning away from the harder stuff personally.
Huh.
I think everybody's trying to be the hardest and the fastest. And,
I see. Yeah, I know what you mean.
You know, and for me, I'm just like, okay, back down to 134, you know, or something. Yeah, remember this.
Let's see who else is in the chat while we're hanging out here. Omkar Gadre, Tone Fabric. Hey, what's up? Glad you're here. Glad you're checking us out live. What's up, Luminous Cloud? Luminous Cloud's asking if you worked with CZR.
I did back in the day.
Yeah.
Way in my early days before I released anything. Actually, that might have been my first release. It was on his house label. What was his house label? I forget. But we did this track called. I got no credit for it. I went to his record shop, and he had a 303 and a 909 and some stuff, and we did a track called Hardcore, or no, what did we call it? Anyway, we did an acid track, and he decided to put it out, and he gave me no credit for it. I think that was what happened. And yeah. So, anyways, that was my first release. What was it called? Man.
This track is fast.
It's very fast, yeah.
You and Christian were like into something.
Yeah. I think I remember him saying, make it faster. Make it faster.
Now I would want to slow it down a little bit.
Yeah, I think it sounds better slowed down. That's probably me, my old fart talking, you know. Slow it down.
I mean, a little faster is good. I mean, I've been making a lot of electro stuff lately, and I'm enjoying the more like up-tempo electro. Because it starts to have that kind of drum and bass like roll to it when it's faster, which I really like. And it's also like more like that Detroit techno bass, ghetto tech kind of feel.
Oh yeah. Which I think is great. I love it. I never tried to make it, but
have you never done any kind of electro at all?
Not really.
I'm going to challenge you to it.
There's one track Maria and I just did that's but it sounds more like breakbeat to me.
Right.
It does have an electro feeling to it. That's the thing I could never really get down.
Mm-hmm.
It's the rhythms and the grooves of the beats and stuff. That's probably one thing I'll never get, which is fine with me. It's not up to me to make electro, you know. But we did a track and it's decent. I mean, I can't say it's great, but I'll send it to you later. You can check it out.
Okay. This is the bootleg we were talking about, where you just did a couple of like Chicago house classics, kind of up remixes, right?
Yeah, it was Fantasy Girl, and I forgot what the other one was. Yeah, there you go. Fantasy Girl, yeah. I think at the time I was using an MPC. All my music I did it on an MPC 2000.
Oh yeah?
Forever.
So mostly samples.
All samples, yeah. It wasn't until Do You Like the Way You Feel, that track, I did it on Cubase.
Oh, okay.
That was the first and last track I did on Cubase.
You didn't like Cubase?
Which is weird. Yeah, I discovered E-Magic, Logic, and
then that was it. Never looked back? Well, you do use Ableton Live as well.
I do, yeah.
The Metaphase wants to know what kind of compressor you used to use back then.
166A.
DBX,
which can be really bad or good for your sound.
Just depends, right? How you mix into it, maybe. There we go. There's that kick.
Yeah, that's where it kicks in right there. Yeah, I remember this.
Yeah, this is a good edit.
We're both dancing to this. It's like,
well, if you're working on your music and you start jumping around the room, you're probably onto something.
Maybe sometimes.
This is good.
Oh, and the bass line comes in. Yeah, I remember that.
But like, that's not from the original. That's like you added that bass, right?
We added that bass line. Yeah.
So
that's right.
Where's the vocal? There it is.
There it is. I think I did a little edit. That was my little edit right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is good. I definitely played this.
It comes right back in. Yeah, I remember this. It's very, very groovy.
It is very groovy. So I was thinking earlier, like I was trying to remember records that I was into that you made, and you started getting even, like, you've always done housey stuff. Obviously, it's been like Chicago house and techno from the beginning, but there was like kind of a period in the 2000s where you're getting a little bit more kind of funky and with the disco loops and everything. And that was that track you were just talking about, which I thought I had. Yeah, here it is. Do you like the way you feel when you shake? Yeah, this one. Yeah.
Don't ask about the title. I don't know where I got that from.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. I think that's exactly what I was thinking. Does it matter what I call this? Originally, this track was a joke. It was kind of like for fun. I did it, and Radic at Dust Tracks. Like, we need to put this out. Yeah, we need to put this out. I'm like, okay.
No, it was huge. As far as I know, I mean, really big DJs were playing this, like Carl Cox, etc.
Yeah, Darren Emerson was playing it. I guess it's just a fun track, but I've only played it twice ever in my life.
And I used to play it faster because I was mixing this in with harder techno.
Yeah.
And I would like lay heavy beats on it, but it would always get people going. And I mean, I wish
the bass line's so good.
What is
that? Bass line. That's from the original song. That's like the.
But what song?
Twin Hype, for those who like the groove.
Ah, okay. Giving up your sample secrets.
Yeah. Sample it again. People have asked to remix this song. I'm like, just leave it alone.
There's already good remixes of it on the original, right?
DJ Funk remixed it. Who else remixed it? I forget who remixed it. DJ Funk's a memorable one because it's really good. He did a really good job with it. It's really Booty House.
Wow, this track is 9 minutes long.
It's really long, I know. It's got really long breakdown. And Colette did the vocal.
Ah, nice. Did not realize that.
That's another reason why I really never did remixes on this. I can't recreate that sultry vocal.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to try. I was like, screw it.
Well, and you don't have it recorded separately anywhere? It's gone?
I have all the parts with that. It might be in a hard drive, but I don't feel like looking for it.
Maybe, I wonder if the AI stem separation's good enough now to get it.
I never thought about that. Good call.
I mean, it's pretty easy to separate the transient stuff from the vocal. Where it would be hard is the echo and any noisies. That's gonna be hard to separate. But maybe you just have to keep it how it is.
I mean, I didn't want to mess with it anymore. It sounded good just the way it was.
Metaphase is staring at his drum rehab record. That one that's your favorite, right?
I don't know why that ever come out. It came out. I was surprised it did come out because I recorded that on the 166A, and I squished the crap out of it with the compressor. Mm-hmm. So the master, when I heard it, I was like, after it came out,
it was like way too compressed.
Way too compressed and muddy because of the compression. Whenever the bass came back, the highs would go away. So I don't know what Nils did to make it all.
Maybe he used an expander.
Maybe, yeah. He did a good job. I was surprised.
Let's listen to it. I know it's like your absolute favorite release, but it was a pretty big one for you.
Yeah.
And this is it says Advent Remix, but you say it was really just an edit. Like you didn't really you didn't do any new stuff. You just cut it up.
No, he grabbed my track and just did a couple of reverses and snippets.
Okay. So it's still like all original.
It's all original. Yeah.
Cool. Now everybody knows.
Yeah, I was surprised. Like, why did you have him edit? I mean, what did you do to it exactly? He just did That's all he did. A couple of little reverse things in there. I was like, okay. I didn't question anything Tim did, right? I was like, okay, you want to do that? Fine.
And the groove is great. I don't. Oop. Record skip.
Are you actually playing the record?
No. So whoever recorded this from vinyl, it skipped. I remember hearing this. I don't own this record, but I remember Christian playing it. I remember a lot of people playing this record.
Yeah, I actually found a copy of that, brand new copy of that in Berlin.
Nice.
Somebody there had a bunch of old Missile, the whole Missile catalog, and I was just grabbing everything.
That's awesome.
Give me that brand new copies. That was
amazing.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's funny. Every time in the last more recent years that I've tried to do something like this that's just drummy.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I tend to have a hard time capturing that energy in the same way. And I feel like it's almost because our production quality is too good now. You know what I mean? You really have to limit yourself to something rough.
Yeah, that was really rough right there. It was
totally.
I really slapped that one together, honestly.
But it has the energy and the vibe of that is really good.
Thank you.
I mean, you were saying it's not your favorite of your tracks, but we like it.
I'm glad someone does. Tim liked it for some reason. Like, okay, I made a track and I thought, oh, it's drummy. It sounds like Planet of Drums. I'll send it to him.
Yeah, there you go. With a name like that.
Yeah.
What's up? Let's see who's in the chat. Doug Smith, hello. Anyone else new? Low Res is back. The days when we used to make tracks at least 8 minutes long. Yeah, things have gotten back to shorter lengths lately.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's a lot of nice comments in the chat. Who else is in here? Jan Kalinowski. Did I say hello to you before? Well, I'm saying hello to you again. And VJ Flick is here. What's up? Yes, VJ Flick just sent me some stems from his band to do a remix, and I am looking forward to checking that out.
Wow.
Goran Alavux. He's an harder techno artist. He's been around on the stream before. Yes. Happy to oblige. He's looking for that up-tempo electro. And I have been making lots of music, but I haven't been releasing lots of music, at least on my own. I was telling you earlier, Christian and I have still been putting stuff out.
Yeah.
Collaborating is good. You've been actually, we should, before we move on to what you're doing in Logic today, we should talk a little bit about the music you're making with your partner there.
Yeah. Maria.
Yeah, Maria's here, right?
Maria, my wife Maria, we've been working on stuff together.
Hey, what's up? Yeah. Nice to see you. Glad to have you on the show as well.
Yeah, thanks.
So
she's got a few releases out of her own.
Excellent.
And
I just brought up your Bandcamp page, so you're looking like I don't know where you are. You're looking up, leaning your head back. It's your black and white press photo on your Bandcamp page.
We took those photos at our friend's studio one day. We just had a friend had a camera. I was like, just take them. That was a random picture we took.
Well, sometimes that's all you need, right?
Yeah.
So you guys have some records coming out. What's a good track to check out that's new?
Decode just came out.
Decode on Mindburn Records.
It's only on Beatport.
It's only on Beatport though. It's not on vinyl or anything.
All right, so it's exclusive pre-order.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Nice. Let's see how it sounds here. Playing off of the low bitrate Beatport preview.
Yeah, that one is on Gynoid Audio.
Oh, is this a different one?
This is a different one. That's fine.
There it is. I just had the wrong tab open. There we go.
Yeah.
Nice.
There's kind of trying overdone vocal over beats, but I don't care.
This sounds cool, and it's different than your older stuff a lot.
Yeah.
So you have moved on.
I'm always trying to do different things. I get bored of myself.
Now I say that, but then a little distortion on the kick drum, a little jacking snare drum, a little tweaky synth. It's still Chicago.
Still Chicago. Yeah.
Definitely. This is good.
Yeah, Misja mastered this one.
Misja.
Yeah, you don't remember Misja?
Yeah, of course. Yeah. That guy's still around.
Yeah, he's
amazing.
He does a lot of mastering for vinyl. He's got a great studio. Whenever I'm feeling lazy and I want to get something mastered, I'll send it to him.
Aha. Yeah. Right, so you're also mastering.
Yeah. I use an Avalon and Dangerous Music compressor to just tweak stuff. Yeah.
This is cool.
Yeah, it's a little.
It's dark and weird and wonky, but jacking.
Yeah, exactly.
Which I gotta have that. I would. If someone, I haven't been DJing at all, I haven't even tried, but I would definitely go in this direction. I would definitely play something like this. This is great. What else you got on here? A little heavier?
A little heavier.
A little noisier?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Ooh.
The sound in the background, that little bleepy sound, that was an accident.
This is great.
Yeah. A lot of stuff I do is an accident, honestly. I rarely have an idea in my head. Whenever I have ideas, I'm not at home. And when I come home, I forget those ideas and I just start messing around and I have a happy accident, you know? And that's how I produce nowadays.
This is a really good release.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Well, very nice. So that's on pre-order now, our Beatports. Excellent. So we've gotten a nice overview of what you did and what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll just take a moment to acknowledge everybody and just remember that this is 343 Labs, Selway Techno Saturday. And I'm here at 343 Labs Music Production School. You know what we do every Saturday. I come on and we do techno or electro, but also as a music production school, like we do everything, right? All kinds of music. We've got singer-songwriters. We've got people making trap or whatever it is the kids are into right now. All manner of different types of bass music happening, right? And there's a lot of really talented people in our one-year program right now. So
that's amazing.
Anyway, if you guys want to know more about our classes and what we've got going on, whether it's the full one-year program, which is it's a big investment of time and money, but if you're really ready to like go full time and up your game, I highly advise it. And you can do it here in New York, you can do it in Berlin, or you can do it wherever you are online. Yeah. And or if you're not ready for a whole big thing, we have our individual courses. You can do synthesis and sound design, which I teach quite often. Multiple levels of Ableton or Logic courses. So, whether you're a beginner or a little bit more advanced, if you're still looking for some help, we can do that. We have composition and arranging and with incorporating music theory and songwriting. We have our hybrid production course, which is all about like recording tech in like how to use microphones and incorporating acoustic instruments and with your DAW production.
That's great.
Yeah, we really cover a lot of bases. So if you want to know more about that, you know where to look. We have the links below. Also, if you haven't already joined our Discord, do that because especially in my case, because we do the feedback sessions and the Selway feedback channel in the 343 Labs Discord is where you would submit your work for feedback. And whenever I have one of those coming up, I gotta schedule some more feedback sessions. We're due for an electro feedback session, I think. Cool. That'll be the next one. Got some people on deck to maybe be my guests for that, so we'll see who I can confirm is sooner than later. And I'll announce that here on the show, and I'll also announce that I'll let you know it's coming in the Selway feedback channel in the Discord. So definitely hit that link below and join the Discord so you can know what's going on. Now,
good job.
Let's see what you're doing. So you're not on here only to just hang out and talk and listen to music, which I could do all day.
Yeah.
But I want to see a little bit about your workflow, how you make beats, what kind of plugins you're using, what kind of things you're into right now. And also, since you're like, all right, you said you use Live and Logic.
Yeah.
But Logic is your main weapon.
I've been using it for years since I had two dongles. They're still somewhere. They used to have the dongle, eMagic dongle.
Right.
You couldn't use it without it, Uh-huh. And then Apple bought them out. And
right.
I was kind of weird about that, but yeah, I still use it. It's great.
Mm-hmm. No, and I have it. I barely use it. I have it occasionally. Some of my students are using Logic, and I need to be able to load their work and see what's going on.
Exactly.
But anyway, we barely have anyone making techno using Logic on the show, and I figured maybe there's some viewers out there that are into Logic that would like to see, what an expert does with Logic to make techno. So come on,
you should have picked somebody else.
You are so humble.
Oh well, I mean,
you're a really good producer, man.
I appreciate
Own it. You don't have to be like cocky about it, but
buy my stuff. I'm the best.
All right, you heard it here first. Angel Alanis says, "Buy my stuff. I'm the best." Anyway, so you've got you know what? You're gonna have to reset your screen share. It seems to have died again.
It keeps doing that. Huh?
Oh no! But yeah, let's get your Logic open and hear what you're working on. And while we wait. What's going on in the chat? Let's see. Luminous Cloud, as always, is very active with the questions in the comments. I appreciate his interactivity.
That's nice.
Looks
Any
like
questions? If anybody has any questions, ask away. Like,
looks like we've got a restream bot. Okay, you're back.
okay, there you go.
I can't unfortunately kick out this restream bot from here, can I? Oh, I can block him.
What is a restream? What is it?
It's like spam.
Oh.
So yeah, I got him. Doug Smith is talking about Misja. Like the tracks that Misja made in the '90s on his label were amazing.
Yeah,
right. Huge rave anthems, and they're like techno, but a little bit commercial, so very accessible to everybody. Like all sorts of DJs played DJ Misja stuff. What was the name of his label again back then?
X-Tracks.
X-Tracks. That's right.
How did I remember that? I don't know. I forget everything. X-Tracks and with DJ Tim. It was him and DJ Tim.
Misja and Tim. That's right.
Yeah.
I remember. I have some of those for sure.
Yeah.
Let's see. And Camo P is calling out another Chicago favorite, Lester Fitzpatrick.
Oh man, yeah, Lester. I have a story about Lester.
Oh, nice.
Nothing bad. When I first met him, I went to his house, and that guy could write tracks like in seconds. I mean, he's super. Just his ideas just hit, and he used to have tons of music on DAT, tons of DAT, kind of like what I did when I walked into Hyperactive's house with a box full of shoe DAT. I mean DATs, shoebox full of DATs and all this music, and I was like, watching him produce, I was like, oh my god, you're like super fast, and you have like 10 tracks a day. That guy was amazing, and he still is. I think he's still doing it.
Oh yeah, no, I've seen his name out there.
Tons of music, and
I think I might even have he might be like a Facebook friend. I've never met the guy.
Yeah, super nice guy, super amazing producer. He just has all these great ideas, and
I definitely have a lot of his tracks from back in the day. I need to check out his new stuff.
He's on Relief, right? I guess he got some on Relief.
And, I have a lot of those. The old ones.
The very Jackie Relief stuff, which is always really good.
All right, so have you got your Logic open?
Yeah. Sorry.
Get it going. We got your desktop. It's an exciting purple Apple desktop. That's wonderful.
Yeah, it used to be an Akira background. I don't know what happened to it.
So are you going to start something from scratch or?
Yeah.
Oh my, that's a real challenge. Okay.
Right.
Should we do an against the clock? Should we put on a timer?
If you want.
You've got 20 minutes. That's the end of the show, unless we go long.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about what you're doing.
Well, I start my tracks off with this little thing. It's called it's by what's it called? Microtonic.
Yeah, Sonic Charge.
Yeah, Sonic Charge.
We have definitely gone over this plugin on my stream before, but usually in an electro context. I use it a lot for electro sounds.
It's great. It's very tinny sounding at times. It has, but I think it's really easy to use. And I usually start with a kick on it. Very basic. Can you hear that? Okay.
I mean, that's already an awesome kick. Is that the default preset or your default?
It's what I created.
Okay.
And I could go ahead and make it deeper or tune it.
That's a really good kick.
I didn't know tuning kicks was a thing that was important to make stuff sound good. I always just got lucky. A few years ago, I started tuning my kicks to the bass line and stuff.
Yeah. I
was trying to carve out, the bass to the kick, and I was like, wait, tuning it was the way to go, right? You probably already know about that.
Oh, sure. So, yeah. You tuning it. I don't always, though. I actually have to say that sometimes I don't want to tune it, depending on the style of techno I'm making. Yeah. Because sometimes you want some weird, phasey, weird thing going on.
Yeah.
You'll have like a bass note or a low frequency and another sound happen at the same time the kick drums, and it does that little wobble because they're detuned.
Yeah.
I like that as a part of the groove sometimes.
Yeah. So sometimes you shouldn't try to mess with it too much. If it sounds good, leave it alone.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Okay, so I use battery a lot now. I don't know, let's get a 707 in there. Is that loud? It's pretty loud.
A little loud. Yeah. Ever since I used to use battery all the time, but pre live, like way back. Like I used battery less and less after a while, but I forget some of just the stock sounds in battery are so good, bread and butter. Like they're really just like the regular 909 sounds in battery and the default kit are really good, really well recorded.
I use Gold Baby a lot. You ever heard of them?
Oh yeah, I have a lot of those.
Yeah, that stuff sounds really good. I use that a lot, quite often actually. When I'm bored and I don't want to, synthesize anything. Which is a lot all the time. Okay, so this very basic kick and hi-hat. Let's get some
So even just the workflow of because in live I'm starting in the session view with loops first, and then going to the arrangement view, and then you're just straight into the session view arranging right away.
Yeah, that's how I start like this all the time. I just go.
Well, that's the only way to go with Logic, pretty much, because it doesn't have the. Well, you can kind of do loopy things with like a drum machine or something like that, but what's happening now?
I'm just finding sounds.
With what?
Ace. This is UE Ace synth.
Right. What is that? That stands for something, right?
I have no idea.
Any cable anywhere.
Oh yeah, I guess that's what it's. So it's probably. I have no idea. I love the synth though.
I love how you just like went through a bunch of sounds real quick with barely thinking about it and just grabbed whatever hit your ear and then made something like snap.
That's what I usually do. I don't. Usually, if I try to think about it too much, I'll lose interest.
And now you're swinging it.
A little bit. Yeah.
Nice.
Not too much.
It's already like Chicago all over it.
Yeah, that's what I'm going for today. And then it's probably a little too boring, so I try to add some stuff to it. Movement's a good one.
What's this? Movement?
Movement by Output.
Oh, right. I haven't been using those output plugins. I should. So is this like delay and modulation?
Everything.
And
Yeah.
multi-effects with modulation.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So much good techno is made with just playing with the effects, right?
Yeah.
You have a good groove on your drums, and whatever sample or synth, and then crazy effects, and then how those effects move and change is going to make or break everything, I think, or or define the genre. You know?
Yeah, exactly. Sometimes you get lucky. Like I said, a lot of my stuff is happy accidents.
Definitely.
Honestly, like I'm not gonna lie. Now this is an interesting one.
Ooh. Yeah, I definitely used this one before. The Buchla, the Arturia Buchla. I think I'm clipping a little bit. It's loud.
Okay, here.
No, don't turn it down. I'll do it on my side.
Okay.
All good. Let us know how it sounds, everybody. How's the music to voice level?
So where's my...
I'm grooving. This is dark and weird.
Okay, I don't want that. Well, don't like that.
Buzzy.
Yeah. Let's get away from that.
I wouldn't mind it if it was shorter.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like playing with the Buchla music box, but like it's
quirky.
really it's quirky and it takes a minute to get it to do something you want.
This is the only one I actually have to mess with to get what I want.
Yeah.
Other synths, like, okay, a good example. Let's switch it up. Serum. Basic stuff, you know. So let's lower that a little bit. Probably not what I want. So I can find something that I care about.
Don't try too hard. That's one thing I noticed. Like, if I start going too long to make it work, try something else.
Yeah.
There, do that.
All right, let's try that. At least we got a groove going.
Interesting comment from Eat. Say always finding something that sounds better but does not fit the rest.
Yeah, I mean, you could be here forever doing
Right,
that.
yeah. So you might like be trying to make something work and it's cool by itself, but it's not fitting what you already did.
Yeah, and honestly, it's at some point you start just taking stuff out.
Yeah.
Because less is more sometimes.
Yeah.
And I always end up making.
Always, almost always. I mean, that's a genre thing too. Some kinds of music need the kitchen sink in it.
Yeah.
But this kind of groove, like you don't want to overdo it.
No.
Sorry, what's happening now?
I'm just trying to get this to the beginning of my.
Oh,
session
okay.
here. I'll let it go too far. Get out of control.
Okay.
Let me save this. I'll just save it as that.
Mhm.
See what else we
More
got.
percussion.
Yeah.
You're just like randomly hitting crazy stuff. Like, what's going on?
Yeah, because I gotta go across I have a small keyboard as a controller.
Ah, okay.
So I have to go up and down the octaves.
Trying to find your samples that you want. And do you mostly play in? Is that the way you prefer to do it?
Yeah.
This is good. I'm kind of the same way. I like to, especially with certain types of drums, I want to play it
Yeah.
to get, some velocity, maybe some beats that are not perfectly quantized, like just whatever energy level that I'm feeling at that moment. It's easy. Sometimes it's easier to capture it by using my fingers as opposed to like drawing.
Yeah, because if I have an idea of what I want to play, like if I was drumming, for example, I just throw it on there. Yeah, it's just faster for me to do it this way.
Yeah.
I have that.
Metaphase wants to know if you use any Cherry audio.
What do they make?
They make a bunch of synths and effects, but a lot of really good emulations of vintage gear.
I might have one or two. I have so much stuff. It's ridiculous. Every Christmas I'll go shopping.
Oh, right. Or like on those, when everybody has sales
Yeah.
and you just grab all the plugins.
Yeah.
Alivux wants a clap instead of a snare, but you don't have you're not even putting a snare in there yet. So I like tuning down the 909. That's cool.
Yeah. I get a little.
Got that tone to it.
Like sometimes I'll do that and I'll put like Portal, for example.
Ah, okay.
And I'll get some little reverses and this and that.
There's definitely like taking these are like bread and butter techno sounds that you're picking out, but then you add the effects to give it the detail and the subtlety or the modern edge. Like something like Granular is going to make it sound like
like
2024 instead of 1994.
Yeah. Like I like that groove right there. It's pretty.
Yeah. It's kind of this shifty. It's almost like a shaker.
Maybe bounce that real quick, just for fun. I probably didn't have to do that, but I'll let it finish. So I'll do a lot of that while I'll bounce different little delays and take out parts from the delay and create grooves from that.
Oh, so you're bouncing it to audio and then you're going to chop it up.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Exactly. So I'll chop it up.
Got another viewer commenting, L's Place is making some dub techno right now and wants to know what your drums were, which you're using battery and
battery and microtonic.
Battery and microtonic for the kick.
Yeah. So that's gonna clash. So let's get rid of that.
Yeah, they're phasing.
Yeah.
Although, also cool.
So you said you want a clap?
Well, instead of a snare, but up to you, man. Ooh, that's loud. Any one of those would have worked, or maybe all of them.
Yeah, I think we could change it up,
Well, that's another thing. Like, do you stick to like one bar, or do you sometimes do longer phrases?
No preference. Whatever feels right.
Yeah.
Like I may start the whole track with the clap in there already. So when you're mixing it in, you hear the clap coming in as part of the track. I always think about how I'm gonna mix something in.
As a DJ.
Yeah. And I think about how it's gonna sound like when you're bringing it into something else, something you already play. And I think about that. You know, when that comes in. And it's not always what other people play, but how I play.
Got it. Well, that's what then it makes the music yours.
Yeah.
You're not trying to copy other people's style as much.
Exactly.
I mean, at a certain level, all of this music is similar.
Yeah.
It's the little details that make it more Angel or more Selway or more whoever. That's a nice sound you just found. Just a little organ stab.
Very random, yeah.
The first way you played it, like they were syncopating, alternating, but now they're kind of... I think I liked it when you were playing it with that accent.
Oh.
Bum.
Oh. Well, it just changed on me. Let me find something else.
That works. All right.
I don't know.
You're thinking too hard. Just put one in there.
I know.
Just throw it in. See.
I'll record a bunch of different things and I'll find whatever.
Oh, that was all just you jamming for however many bars.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm glad you kept all that.
Yeah.
That's definitely a good idea.
This. Yeah, I don't love that. There's some weird.
But it was doing like a pitch bendy thing or something.
Yeah, I think it's something to do with the. I have to probably the glide. Something's being weird.
Maybe, but that was kind of cool. Like maybe that's a happy accident.
Well, we'll leave it there.
Then you'd have to make once it starts looping, you don't hear it anymore.
No.
So how do you make that happen?
Well, I have to play with this for a while.
It's probably where the MIDI notes are overlapping or not. That's also fine.
I like that.
A little less bright.
Yeah.
Sort of fitting in the middle of the drums.
Yeah. So we'll start that wherever. It makes start at the beginning. I don't know. There are no rules.
There are no rules other than you need to be able to mix it in.
Yeah, see, it does that at the beginning. I have no idea what that is.
It has to. I think it's a lower MIDI note that it's getting stuck on or something.
Yeah.
Like
yeah. We'll leave it.
Okay.
What can I do?
So Alavox suggests a reverse effect on the chord. You could do like a reverse granular thing on it, maybe?
Yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, let's try that.
Good idea. Alavox knows what he's doing.
That's why it helps to work with people sometimes, you collaborate.
Yeah.
Because I'm not gonna lie, sometimes I'll be in the studio and I'll have 4 different songs come out of one song because I can't make up my mind on what I want to do. It happens all the time. It sucks, but let's see what we can do here.
Imaginary Coin says there are unwritten rules, which is true. Oh, I like that. It's more spacey. I like the stereo stuff.
Yeah.
Portal is nutty. It's like a really complex granularizer, but like with a really cool, easy to use interface.
Yeah.
This is good.
I like this.
It feels like it's making it faster, but not, you know? It's even more techno now. Oh, that's good. Don't get stuck on it. What's next?
I'm trying to see how I can automate some stuff.
Automating. Yeah, good idea.
Yeah.
I always say that, like when you're playing around, you got to keep in mind when you're tweaking the parameters, how you're going to use that when you arrange.
Yeah, like you arrange, you want to...
That's good. I feel like I'm getting dizzy now. What's next? What's in your... Oh, more hi-hats.
More hats.
So you did the low hi-hats. Ride cymbal. That's an unwritten rule right there. 909 rides in techno.
Why not?
Like every... it's got to be like 75 to 90% of this kind of techno has a ride cymbal in it at some point. Hiroko's in the house.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Hi, Hiroko. She's gonna yell at me now.
Say something abusive, Hiroko.
Oh no. It's over.
It's done.
She's gonna call me out for something.
She's gonna say something that's really embarrassing for you.
Yeah. Like, remember that one time, Angel, when you pooped your pants? Yeah, she's gonna say something like that.
But you just said it, so you know.
Yeah, there you go. Beat her to it. Yeah, I really like what it's doing there when it comes in. Like when it does, I wish I knew what it was doing. I don't want to dive into it, try to figure it out. It'll take like too long to do it. So, but we'll leave it.
All right. Hiroko says Chicago's best. She's being nice.
Yeah.
And Acidbout, one of our regular viewers, is saying, go long today. I wish I could really go long today. I actually have to meet a student here at 343 Labs for their mentorship session very shortly. So unfortunately today we can't really go too much overtime, even though we're rolling. You're rolling. You're making a really dope track, and I would love to keep going a little bit.
That's loud. Sorry.
Ow, my God.
Sorry.
So we can go a little bit longer if you're up for it. It's up to you.
I don't care.
All right.
I don't have any. I mean, unless you want, whatever you want to do.
Well, normally we'd be down to the wire. Normally you'd be stopping in 2 minutes, but I think we can do at least another 15 minutes. Let me just actually check my schedule over here.
I don't know what I was gonna do today. I was gonna master some music that's coming out on Chicago Jacks. You ever heard that label, Chicago Jacks?
Yeah.
It's a friend of mine, Josh Mosley.
Okay.
Some songs we finished a while back, but I haven't mastered them yet. That's the plan, is to do that today.
Nice.
Ooh.
Yeah, I got my mentorship session with our student here at 2:30, so we can do a little longer, but maybe I need to like get lunch.
Oh, yeah. See if we can add something interesting to this, but where's my...
All right, you've got the ARP 2600 V from Arturia out. I don't use this much. I should. It sounds cool.
It's got some cool... I mean, I find stuff in it. It's quirky.
Just exploiting the presets, right? Like just going in and see what's in there. And
see what's in there.
Do you ever try repatching it?
I have not.
Yeah, see, that's where...
I'm that lazy.
I need to brush up on my patching and my modular skills because I do teach a synthesis class here, and it's generally it's opening up with the basics for people, right? So tracking synthesis, wavetable, FM, like using samples as synthesizers, like creating new sounds, not just triggering, like going beyond, going deeper, learning how the instruments work. And even though like doing what you're doing, like how to use presets more effectively, that's part of it. So like not being afraid to go in and tweak the parameters and be more expressive and automate and modulate and things like that.
Yeah. Like the cool thing about Logic and Ableton is that you can automate everything, especially in Ableton, which has way more. You can
map everything.
Map everything. That's amazing. It's really hard to do with Logic mapping stuff. It's a little more work, more steps.
Yeah.
But
you can still do it if you dig in.
Yeah.
So anyway, I was saying like sometimes in class people ask about modular, and I'm like, well, we're not quite there yet. So but I do need to brush up on my patching skills because it will come up.
Yeah, I have a couple things here. Nothing major. I have a small rack of modular stuff here.
Okay. So you know some things.
Not enough.
Right.
We do play with it a lot. We have a couple of tip-top modules, like the 909 tip top.
Oh, those sound really good.
Those sound really good. I love the rides in that. The kick sounds really great. We have the toms.
Yep.
I have a couple Model Ds.
Oh.
And they were really cheap, so I was like, yeah, let's get those.
Cool.
And nothing major, basic stuff. I never really wanted to get deep into modular because it's really expensive.
It does add up. Plugins, even though plugins can be expensive as well, but generally cheaper than doing all hardware and modular and stuff. Cool. Imaginary Coins is saying software-based techno production is so different than hardware techno of the 90s. And yeah, you got that right.
Yeah.
Like, I know when I try to make something that sounds like the 90s, it just doesn't. It's hard to, because, it's just a different set of limitations, right?
Yeah.
You can kind of emulate it. You just have to be really strict within those limitations.
Yeah.
All right, so you've got another favorite plugin coming out now.
Yeah, it's Synplant, which is the new version of it, which is amazing.
It is, and just the sample analysis and recreation is ridiculous.
Yeah.
The AI-based.
Wow, I love that. And you could really get...
Right. Even just the original version of Synplant was so good for just doing something wacky real fast.
Mm-hmm. I love it.
It's getting nasty in here. Ooh. So, are you going to automate or modulate that, or are you just going to capture the audio?
I just recorded it, the automation.
Right.
The Logic is the last function, and I turned it on before I
I missed
recording.
that. That's good. Just for everybody using Logic out there. Like, it's similar to when you
so
you're recording, when you activate automation recording in live.
Yeah.
It just captures whatever knob you're turning.
Yeah.
That sounds really good.
And you go in here and you can fix it however you want.
Right,
But
yeah.
usually I just grab the best sounding one and I grab that. And
Well, will you bounce it?
yeah.
And then if you turn it into audio, it's a little easier to fix the timing
Exactly.
rather than tweaking all those individual breakpoints. You can just you could stretch or lengthen or chop or edit the audio.
Reverse it, chop it up, whatever you want to do.
Smack it up, flip it, rub it down.
Yeah.
Hiroko says she needs a track with my comments. Do you mean sample me? Do it. Someone, is that what you mean, Hiroko? Like audio samples of me talking about producing techno? Is that?
Yeah, we should sample.
That's a challenge. Like,
that's a challenge. Yeah.
record me talking while you're over there.
Let me convert these to actual loops. I love Logic. It's so great.
For stuff like this kind of arranging, editing, fast stuff, I mean, you can do it in live too, but you were talking before the other day about the key commands and how fast you are with Logic.
Yeah, I created my own key commands. There's a way you can go in there and just...
I think they're just finally adding that kind of capability to
Which
Live
is great.
12.
They
You're going to
should.
be able to do more comprehensive, customizable key commands with Live now.
Yeah, I don't have to do much in the actual DAW. I just kind of have a set of keys that I assign to do zoom in, zoom out.
Yeah.
I bounce. I can actually do it from here if I wanted to. All kinds of different things, and it makes me a lot more efficient, if you will.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't like to sit on stuff for too long. I'll lose interest quickly.
Short
I have
attention
a short
span
attention
music,
span.
right?
Yeah.
It's ADD production skills.
It really is. Like I'm weird like that.
No, I think you're not that far off from a lot of us, man.
Let me see what else I could do to this. Again, maybe Portal. I love this thing. It's amazing. Let's see if I could do something choppy, something rhythmic. Wait, do I have it on? Yeah, I do.
This is a good sound.
Yeah, I'm just trying to make it sound
Crazy.
a little crazier.
Maybe something faster, because it's a long, smooth sound. So maybe like a more modulated, choppy.
Well, that's very choppy.
Too choppy.
Too choppy. Yeah.
Hey, more
Ooh.
like that. That's cool.
There you
Like
go.
it's still full, but it's got that little rhythm inside of it, and the little bit reduction things happening.
I like
That's
that.
good.
Just get crazy with it, honestly. It's pretty neat. I like that. There's a few.
Some low things in there.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to mix as you go.
Yeah.
Especially with this kind of sound design, you want to make sure it's like contained to what you need and not have craziness out of what you don't need.
Yeah, I usually try to mix as I go.
That also makes the whole process way faster.
Way faster, yeah. Okay, so we have that, and you can automate that, but I'm not going to do that now. I'm just doing something very quickly so I can move on. You don't know how to add. Okay. Oops, sorry.
Since we were just talking about mixing,
Yeah.
now it's happening. Do you think the hi-hats are a bit loud?
Are they?
Maybe.
It's probably my hearing. I'm
That's
losing my hearing.
like us old guys with. That's a little better. Now I hear the closed hi-hats better now. Like they're a little. It's just that one really loud tuned down hi-hat.
Yeah.
It's like
Just automation there.
you've done a lot really quickly. This is like a really well fleshed out track already. I mean, there's more to do.
There's more to do.
I think if we went till 2:30, you'd finish it.
Maybe.
But we've got about 8 minutes.
I like sound toys for doing different like
Oh yeah, Techno
rhythmic
Boy is
stuff
awesome.
to the drums. Yeah. But I'm gonna be too busy, so I'm just gonna do that.
You're moving now.
Yeah. Just take the bass out. You know.
Bigger kick.
Yeah.
A little more thumpy now, right?
Yeah. Trying to define the kick a little better.
This is nice, where it's tight like that.
I like it better like this, yeah.
But you could do both. You could go a little fuller and then come back. And I forgot about that sound. It's almost like a little dub techno thing in the background.
Yeah.
This is good, man.
Yeah, I mean, we could do all kinds of stuff.
Yes,
You know.
you are doing all kinds of stuff. Cool.
What I like about Ableton is you can record all that
Mhm.
onto an audio track, all of it,
Mhm.
and that's kind of nice. You can't do that with Logic. You can automate, but you can't record the audio.
Yeah, it doesn't. You'd have to route out with a cable back in,
Yeah,
wouldn't you?
yeah,
Which is
yeah.
not a terrible way to do it. Or you could do it with Total Mix.
Yeah, I could, but yeah, well, that's why I jump back and forth between Ableton and Logic. When I want to get really weird and come up with ideas, I'll go into Ableton and like record random stuff, and I'll find ideas faster that way. Whatever mood I'm in, like Logic is my go-to for mixing, obviously, but
Right.
Ableton's more creative, for sure, for doing that. And
Now-
I record all my machines into Ableton too,
Right.
'cause it's a lot easier to pick your channels and set it up.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's definitely good use for both of these.
Yeah.
And I mean, obviously, Logic is perfectly fine for making techno. Like you can do, any DAWs can do any genre. It's not about that, but like
it's the workflow.
It's a workflow thing, yeah. And you've got your key commands set up, and obviously like arranging, you can do real fast. I mean, you can do the same in live, and then like I like the idea that in live you can like arrange everything on the fly and capture everything you do in the arrangement view.
Yeah, that's
like
amazing.
Everything. And you could kind of like you could turn on automation on all of the tracks and just tweak everything.
Yeah, but that's way different, because then you have to record it all. And live, it just records it.
Boom.
Exactly. It's like done, and then you have all these great ideas there. You don't have to go back and re-record everything.
Have you tried clip launch in Logic, which is similar to live?
Yeah. Like I have my APC 40 here and 20, and I just launch clips from there.
Oh, okay. So you can do a little bit of live style session view type pattern sequencing with Logic now that it has the clip launch thing.
Oh, I haven't tried that yet.
Yeah, that's what like Luminous Cloud was pointing that out, and I know that Logic can do it, but haven't tried it.
I haven't tried it because I haven't had the need to, but I should try it. Good one, yeah.
Yeah, it'd be a good one. Yeah. All right, cool. Man, you did it what you were supposed to do. You showed how you are definitely on top of your game. You've been making dope techno in house since the 90s, and obviously you know what you're doing, and yeah, you came up with like a really great track in what, like 30 minutes, about a little slightly more, 40 minutes.
I don't know. I haven't kept track.
No, I've been looking at the time. Like, it's almost a quarter after the hour. I unfortunately do have to bring it in because, as I said, I've got my academic responsibilities here at 343 Labs.
Yeah, that's amazing what you do. That's really great.
Thanks, man. I've really found I stopped DJing, and touring. When I didn't, like, some people can do this. Like Christian Smith, he has a family, he has kids, he keeps his family life somehow balanced really well with being a touring DJ.
Yeah.
I didn't feel the strong desire to keep that hustle up once I had kids. I'm like, I want to be around, So so I found like, I always love collaborating, and then sliding into being an instructor, a music production instructor, just made a lot of sense for me.
Yeah,
and I could keep doing music every day, all day, and collaborating basically all the time, and let that be my main thing. And then now with 343 Labs, and kind of helping out running the show here, and then doing this show here, every Saturday.
Thank you for having
I'm really glad to have you both on. It was really nice to see you and hear what you're working on, and go over a little history. And we never really talked like this before. Like we apparently had gigs together that we've forgotten. And we have a lot of many mutual friends, like Christian, like Hiroko, and like mutual acquaintances, right? Yeah. So it's really good to spend some quality time and get to know you a little bit better. And I would love to have you back on again in the future.
Anytime.
And
I had fun. This is really fun. I love making music personally. I don't really care about anything else. I love the technology, and I love sharing it with people, especially with like-minded people like yourself.
Yeah, awesome.
And anytime.
Okay.
For sure.
And you're also like, I called you a Techno Bob Vila.
Techno Bob Vila? Why is that?
Well, because you have this old house, and you know how to build things, and you know how to fix things.
Because I love fixing things. It's always been my thing. I love tinkering with, when I was a kid, my mom used to yell at me for taking stuff apart and messing with stuff. And I guess in some way I should have gone into that a little deeper, but I became a DJ.
Yeah, but you got skills. In a lot of ways.
Thank you.
In a lot of ways. So thanks again for being on the show. Thanks to everybody watching. It was really great to have you all in the chat hanging out, having some friends stop by as well. Great that Hiroko was here, and all of our regulars. And I'll be back on again next week. Adios.
Adios.